The show that gets you ready for the week of football that lies ahead has returned. However, the show starts on a somber note following the passing of anti-apartheid and activist and Mr. Pravin Gordhan, who also held some ministerial roles in the cabinet, including Minister of Finance, who passed away yesterday morning. Following a battle with cancer. News also breaking in late last night was the passing of legendary actor and Mr. Darlington Michaels. May their souls rest in peace. Condolences go to their families, friends, and loved ones. Good afternoon, welcome to it, the show that gets you ready for the week of football that lies ahead. We are almost 2 hours late today. For that, we apologize due to unforeseen circumstances. I know this is the third week running that we started the show late. My name is Apiwe Roto. This is all things football. The show that gets you ready for the week of football that lies ahead. That we bring you news, stories, results, and fixtures along with stats and what you can expect in the world of football. Today we usher what we call the new era in local football, PSL era. We usher in what we call a new era in PSL football. Lisegazini forever. Isukile indaba. The Betway Premiership kicks off today. We're gonna start with news making headlines in the world of football. Let's PSL side in the last week. Starting with local news in PSL side, Stellenbosch have confirmed that Ateka Anisset Ora has left the club on loan to join Qatari club Moita SC, who are based in Qatar. The club confirmed on their website in their story, stating that Stellenbosch Football Club can confirm that Ivorian international Anisset Ora has joined Qatari side Moita SC Sports Club on a season-long loan. The club confirmed via their website. Ora joined Stellenbosch FC at the start of last season, contributing 8 goals and 35 appearances across all competitions, and also played a role in the team winning their first domestic tournament in the PSL with the inaugural curling knockout competition. We wish to thank Anisit Ora for his professionalism and of during his time in Stellenbosch, and look forward to his progress following his progress as he embarks on his new journey in Qatar. Looking for 10 minutes. It's just 10 minutes before the kickoff of the first game, which is Royal AM, which is between Royal AM and Cape Town City, which is at the Harry Gwala Stadium, which is now the new stadium home ground for Royal AM. We all know that Royal AM are currently strapped and are undergoing the transfer ban, which does not allow prohibits them from signing new players until it's sorted. However, that has been since moved to October. Has been moved to October. Onto our other new sponsor ahead of the bet as the Betway Premiership kicks off in less than 10 minutes. PSL, the new sponsor, has sent a warning to players regarding the dangers of betting. The warning comes after an incident involving Pirates goalkeeper Sipo Chaine, Orlando Pirates goalkeeper Sipo Chaine, where he was caught in a video which reached social media, boasting about betting to his teammates in betting on an English Premier League game. We're gonna read the story. Now, a statement was made by Betway regarding this incident. Looking for the story. Another day at the office. We seem to have technical problem. We seem to have technological problems. Remember, we work with technology. The stories are on the cell phone. The story given the new headline sponsor of the Premiership is the betting company. There have been concerns regarding the betting company sponsoring the Premiership. We many feel that the integrity of Many matches have been compromised. I'm sure you've heard cases of match fixing scandals in the stories. However, head of marketing Mark Roll says they have a database in place to ensure that players and stakeholders in the game do not participate in betting on their platforms in place, and engage and educate players and have in do not in participate. Betway head of marketing Mark Rolls was spoken to during the role of the launch of the Betway Premiership 2 weeks ago, says they have a database in place to ensure players and stakeholders in the game do not participate in betting on their platform, and have plans in place to engage and educate players. In a statement, he said, "We've already got the database of the entire football ecosystem to make sure that those people, which are players, aren't betting with us." Rose said on the Pitchside podcast, published on the Mamelodi Sundowns, which is the Mamelodi Sundowns YouTube channel. But we've also built into the contract the right to engage with every single club. We want to make sure we educate the players the dangers of it. It has happened that it has happened around the world where players place bets, and that's massive funds. There's massive funds involved, not only as a player but also brings the industry into disrepute. I think it's a key thing. We want to engage with the players and administrators so uh, they understand the dangers. Hopefully, put our we can put our best foot forward and say, gents and ladies, this is not something you should be doing. Once you are involved in the game, betting is actually not for you, he added. According to FIFA, players or anyone involved will be liable to 2 million rand fine or a ban from football activities for a maximum of 3 years if found guilty of placing bets. Stakeholders prohibited from betting in games. The games also include match officials, agents, and club officials. Those involved are also not allowed to place bets through third parties. A conduct which FIFA has the power to investigate. Now, winners know when to stop. Please bet responsibly, and betting is not for those under the age of 18. On to our other story. Baraka FC chairman Koreshi Mpatlele has opened up on the departure of head coach Morgan Mamila at the Limpopo, following the departure of Morgan Mamila at the Limpopo based side. Uh, following his resignation from the Limpopo-based outfit, leaving assistant Amokelani Shungwani with the task of bringing back the club style of play and culture. Now, this season marks Baroka's second season as marks the second season rather at in the Motsepa Foundation Championship. Uh, if we can just find the story here. 2 minutes before the currently underway, we are in the second half of Southampton and Manchester United, with Manchester United still leading by 2 goals to nil. First half goals by Matthias de Ligt and of course Marcus Rashford, scoring for the first time in 12 matches. Which had been weighing down on him. Manchester United will be looking to respond to the two successive defeats, having considered 5 goals in three matches, losing 3-0 to met Liverpool and 2-1 to Brighton, only consist scoring 2 goals in the process, in their winning 1-0 in their opening game against Fulham, and losing 2-1 to Brighton before that thrashing by fellow rivals Liverpool by 3-0 in the Premier League 2 weeks just before prior to the international break. In an exclusive interview on Friday, the club released a statement where they revealed Mamila had resigned from his head coach position uh, following a string of poor results to the 2024-25 poor season, Motsepe Foundation Championship season. He resigned, and no, I was not surprised. I could see that he is lost. Candidate Tom Butler, he told him, Butler told the chairman told kickoff. I don't want to say much about it, but the football we're playing was too different. It was different football. I even told him I don't know his team playing here. I can't recognize it. This is not the Baraka I know. This is something else. It's the same players, but the way they are playing, where they are now, why what they were playing as foreign to me, and he couldn't answer to me. He just told me that we were struggling. That was on the match report. I told him to write a match report, but he kept on talking about struggling, struggling. And I said to him, everybody is struggling, even the bench is struggling. He goes on to say, I don't have a problem with these signings. We were working together on the signings. The only thing is we signed a lot of overage players, and that's my only concern. I'm okay with the quality they have, but they are just over the hill, says the straight talking club boss. He has already started. He also goes on to state that they've started searching for Mamila's potential replacement, though though he stressed that they are not in a rush. He goes on to say furthermore, he goes on to say, as for the coach, the time will tell. I'm not in a hurry because first the young JJ Hlongwane must return the club to its playing culture. He has been there since last year. I like what I've seen in him so far. Uh, Maybe Amokelani JJ Hlongwane might be promoted to the head coach role. Time will tell. This is football. I'm not saying anything. It's not impossible. Remember to like and subscribe if you like. Take a liking to the show, the Emma Vahoto Network on YouTube. I like what I've seen in him. I seems to have a clever some. It seems to be a clever some body. We had two friendlies on the week over the weekend under him, and I could see they are coming good. On to our other story, we move to Kaiser Chiefs. Kaiser with former Kaiser Chiefs head coach Arthur Zwane, who has opened up on his new role in terms of Kaiser Chiefs. Now there have been question marks with regards to his positioning for the longest time after he was demoted twice following his coaching stint in the 2022-2023 season, which did not end well with the side finishing fifth in that season. We was succeeded by coach where he was succeeded by former Bafana coach who also was sacked. Now there was uncertainty over his role as he was reployed not once but twice, but twice in quick succession. The changes of rang in Naturena. His role has been made apparent under the appointment of new head coach Nasruddin Nabi, who has brought in his own technical team, two of which have departed in Fernando Cruz and goalkeeper coach who has a contract with Mauritania. Speaking to club sporting director Kaiser Mutamu Jr., he confirmed that Zwane has returned to a familiar role with the club's development structure, something that the long-serving Zwane has embraced. Speaking to 10 111, as he has affectionately known, he stated that I've always been a person who into projects, as what I told media in KwaZulu Natal during the Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi Cup. Ever since I was a soccer player, I used to have my own team. But I think we're number one for 5 years until I decided to sell the status. Why I'm mentioning this because it is a project. It wasn't about getting promotion to the PSL. It was about trying to help the kids, mold them, develop them, and make sure they do not lose hope at the same time. A lot happened during that time where they got the kids, and the kids got an opportunity to play in the PSL from that team. Where I decided to stay at Kaiser Chiefs. So my status to the then ABC Motsepe League, formerly known as the Vodacom League, we're on the second on the log, but due to corruption, we saw the status. It was too much for me, and it was also discouraging the players. For me to be given the opportunity to go to the top and return here is still a big opportunity. To just part of me is Kaiser Chiefs. Just to be part of Kaiser Chiefs is a huge responsibility, and the fact that you have to be at your highest level all the time and give your utmost best, the passion is there. Uh, I'm a football person, so for me, it doesn't matter whether it's in me, whether it's in the first team or I can contribute as I can contribute. There are a lot of people who do not enjoy working there. The former PSL coach said, former Kaiser Chiefs head coach goes on, former player goes on to say. As we go international on Sgan Organt, speaking about former Chelsea mentor in speaking to Chelsea, speaking about former mentor Mauricio Pochettino, who has surprisingly gone on an international level, was appointed after he was appointed as part appointed as the new head coach of the United States men's national team prior to the 2026 FIFA World Cup, which is set to take place in the United States, along which will be jointly co-hosted by United States, Mexico, and Canada. The first to be hosted by three nations, and the second to be co-hosted, dated since 2002, dating back to Korea, Japan. The 52-year-old emerged as their top candidate after the departure of then man of his predecessor, Greg Berhalter, rather. Pochettino has been without work since. Now, remember, the 52-year-old Argentine mentor has been without work since parting ways with Chelsea at the conclusion of the 2023-2024 season. Speaking to US Soccer Sporting Director, who was in charge of overseeing the national team's search for a permanent new manager, it goes on to say, Pochettino's track record speaks for itself. Mauricio is a serial winner with a deep passion for player development and a proven ability to build cohesive teams, and his track record speaks for itself. I'm confident that he has the right to harness the immense potential within our talented squad. We're thrilled to have Mauricio on board and embark on this exciting journey with him. Uh, exciting journey to achieve the success on the global stage. Pochettino explained his motivation in accepting the approach to lead the US men's side, stating that the decision to join the US soccer wasn't just about the football for me, it was just about the journey that this team and this country are on. He said, he goes on to say the energy, the passion, and the hunger, something to achieve truly, something truly historic here. Those are things that inspired me. The opportunity led the US men's national team in front of fans. The opportunity to lead the US men's national team in front of home fans, just as passionate as their players, is something I just couldn't pass up. I see a group of players full of talent and potential, and together we are going to build something special and that the nation can be proud of. We bring it back local. We talk of Chippa United. Chippa United have expressed interest in Orlando Pirates midfielder Sibo Baloni, who is said to go on loan. The two PSL sides are said to be in talks over the player's services in order to give him more game time, which is unlikely to happen at the Buccaneers, considering the competition in the midfield with the return of course, with the return of Miguel Tim, who was out injured. There was also you also have the likes of Pasika Mako, Ndabaiteta Ntlontlho, Munapile Saleng, Relebukile Mufukeng, just to mention a few in that midfield, Mofukeng, and of course the essential number 10s in Karim Kemvoidi and of course Patrick Tito Masanganye, who have been getting regular game time at Orlando Pirates and have been doing very well for themselves. In a statement, the player said to be understood in question is said to be Sibo Baloni. They're interested to bring him on loan. Contacting Chippa United Executive Director Lokanye Mzizi confirmed the interest in Baloni, stating that yes, but we are having a presser. We're going to have a press conference soon to announce our signings. He responded. The insiders in the club indicated that the talks are ongoing to finalize the move. It goes on to say it's about giving him more game time. Yes, he played a few games, but the technical team has looked at the current squad with talent in Bata, Vadim Grandla, Miguel Tim, and Makefeni Makaula. Baloni wouldn't have much game time, hence they decided to loan him out, and Chippa are said to sign him on loan. Onto our penultimate story before we conclude the show. The PSL has announced the whole venue of the final for the MTN 8 the venue of the MTN 8 final, which is set to take place on the 5th Saturday, the 5th of October, uh, which isn't close to two, is not less than 3 weeks. Uh, the state which is said to between Orlando Pirates and Stellenbosch, I beg your pardon. In a statement that was made by the PSL, the hosting it says the hosting rights for the 2024-25 NTN 8 final attracted widespread interest with proposals from by various provinces, including Gauteng, Western Cape, Eastern Cape, KwaZulu-Natal, and Mpumalanga. However, after an evaluation by the PSL Executive Committee during an EXCO meeting this afternoon, taking into consideration the input from the sponsor, the rights were awarded to the province of KwaZulu-Natal. Now, last season, the last date back to 2020, they were all held at the Moses Mabhida Stadium. The highly anticipated MTN 8 final will take place between Orlando Pirates and Stellenbosch will take place on Saturday, 5 October at the Moses Mabhida Stadium. Details regarding kickoff, ticketing, and logistical arrangements will be announced in due course, including the home and away draw, which will take place on Saturday at 8:30 on the popular TV show Extra Time, which is on your paid TV channel, Super Sport PSL, channel 202 at 8:30. Catch all things football next week as we're going to bring you details of that final and more details going into the final, who will play home and who will play away. On to our last story, a Nigerian interim national team coach Augustine Egovan says he looks to address the matter regarding goalkeeper Stanley Nobali, who's recently developed a habit of wasting time every time the club is in the lead. Then the 28-year-old Chippa United shortstopper was also on the has received 11 a total of 11 yellow cards, which is rare for something not something you usually get for a goalkeeper. Six of those yellow cards have been as a result of wasting time during open play. One of them being in the game against the host Cote d'Ivoire during the AFCON final, which they lost by 2 goals to 1 in a comeback from behind by the Elephants on home soil. In a story that in an interview that the mentor made following a yellow card he received during the AFCON qualifier against Benin. The 28th, the 20 now the 28th last season, that this date now the 11 yellow cards we speak about as are from last season 11 6, and he was also booked for the same reason during his national sides clash in the final, which you just mentioned. Most recently, he was booked against Rwanda in the 2025 AFCON qualifier on Tuesday. Now, caretaker Augustin Escovin has been as Egovan rather has was questioned about the issue during a post-match conference, and he insisted that discussions with Nawali will take place to address the problem. He stated that the interim coach stated that I don't encourage such. It's something we have to talk about. We all know he's one of the best goalkeepers in Africa. He told All Nigeria Soccer. It's something officials can get irritated as well and then stare to add more minutes. Remember, the more now players waste time to delay the flow of the game, the more time will be added during stoppage time. It's not a game plan. I told you before. We come here to get 3 points, so delaying balls is not the best. It's an in-house talk we'll discuss going forward. Such things will not happen, he goes on to say. Here's what you can expect. Currently underway, 15 minutes, 14 minutes deep into the game, Royal AM take on Cape Town City. Moramo Gallants will welcome Kaiser Chiefs later on at the all sold out through Toyota Stadium, which is now home to Maruma Gallants. Polokwane City T will welcome Amazulu later in the day. Richards Bay welcome TS Galaxy in the Sunday, tomorrow's only game. Super Sports United will travel to Mamelodi Sundowns at Loftus Versfeld. Sundowns, this game was supposed to take place today, however, due to Sundowns' commitments taking on Babane Swallows last night, the game could not take place. Here's what you can expect as far as Wednesday is concerned. Stellenbosch will welcome Golden Arrows at Athlone Stadium. Orlando Pirates take on Chippa United, or newcomers Makesi FC will take on neighbors Sikokune United in a Limpopo, the first Limpopo Derby the Limpopo Derby of the season. Going to the Premier League fixtures, Southampton and Man United currently in the action. The game is almost over, with Man United still leading by 2 goals to nil, with those first half goals by Matthias de Ligt and of course Marcus Rashford, which will be followed by Liverpool taking on Nottingham Forest. City champions Manchester City will welcome Brentford, while West Ham will welcome to fellow Londoners and Fulham. Palace take on Leicester City. Brighton take on Ipswich Town, while Aston Villa will be taking on Everton, who are yet to get a W. While Bournemouth will face Chelsea in the last game of the day. Kickoff for that fixture is at 9 p.m. Sunday we have a double header starting with the North London derby, the much anticipated match of the week. Tottenham taking on Arsenal. We close off with Wolves taking on Newcastle. The new era of part two of the new UEFA Champions League fixture to kicks off with Juventus taking the old lady Juventus welcoming PSV Eindhoven to cheer in. Aston Villa returnees who haven't been in the tournament since 1982 when they last won it. Where they won it, will travel to Young Boys in Switzerland. VfB Stuttgart make a return to the Champions League when they travel to Real Madrid, while 2020 champions Bayern Munich will welcome Dinamo Zagreb, Vincent Kompany's first Champions League match as a manager. Sporting Lisbon welcome French side Lille, while 2007 finalists and AC Milan will welcome rivals Liverpool. Wednesday, we have Bologna, who haven't been in the Champions League since 1964, traveling to welcome Shakhtar Donetsk, Sparta Prague. Prague welcome Salzburg rather. Paris Saint-Germain welcome Girona. Club Brugge welcome Borussia Dortmund. Celtic take on Slovan Bratislava. Man City we get a repeat of the 2023 UEFA Champions League final, and Manchester City versus Inter Milan, where we close that off. Thursday we have Crvena Zvezda welcome Benfica, while Feyenoord take on Bayer Leverkusen. Brest take on Sturm Graz. Atalanta take on Arsenal, while Atletico Madrid take on RB Leipzig. Monaco will take on FC Barcelona. And that's all we have time for. This has been All Things Football. Hope you enjoyed. Apologies for the show starting late due to technical issues that couldn't be handled, unforeseen circumstances that is. For myself, my name is Apiwe Roto. This has been All Things Football. Enjoy the show and enjoy the football. Take care of yourselves and each other. Cheers.